you ladies doing this morning? I hope you're all doing wonderful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Michelle Daff, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here today for another video. I am super excited because we're starting a brand new series on my channel, and we're calling it Finer Wives. This is going to be a series talking about femininity in marriage. I'm going to continue to do other videos as well, mixing and mingling them in, but this is going to be the focus. And I'm so elated because I've gotten many messages, emails, and DMs specifically about marriage. And I really want to be able to help you ladies to be more feminine with your husbands and with your family. Now, before we begin, I want to make two announcements. The first being congratulations to our channel. We have made 200,000 subscribers, and I received my YouTube plaque for hitting 100,000 subscribers. I just want to give a big thank you to every single person that watches my videos. All of you ladies who have been here supporting, leaving comments, responding to the things that I post even on Instagram, listening to my podcast, just all of the support has been so wonderful. It's helped me to be able to create the content that you really need. And I'm just so thankful that our family is growing and growing. So thank you so much to you ladies. Clap for yourselves. This is so exciting. And I know we're going to continue to grow. The second announcement, for those of you who didn't have the opportunity to join, we did a book club in the month of March, and we read a book called The Esther Anointing. This was a book that helped to give you guidance about your femininity, about your purpose in life as a woman, getting closer to God, and being able to unravel all of the emotional ties that have been holding you back. So if you have not watched those videos, I'm linking the playlist below. I absolutely urge you to watch all 10 of the videos or listen to them on the podcast, because Joshua was so kind to download all of my audio and make it available on the podcast, so you can be healed and helped there as well. And last but certainly not least is a message from our sponsors, Ritual. Introducing Ritual. Ritual is the obsessively researched multivitamin re-imaging health from the ground up. I suspect that we as women don't always get the nutrients that we need in our food. Some of us live very busy lives, and we don't always have the time to eat foods that are balanced and have healthy diets. Even with a perfect diet, it can be hard to get the key nutrients that we need on a daily basis. So Ritual helps with that. Ritual helps women fill the gaps in their diet. By taking 2 easy-to-take capsules, you are able to have 9 high-quality ingredients with no fillers, no colorants, no shady additives, so you know exactly what's going into your body. Ritual is committed to making their products as sustainable as possible, and each bottle is made with 100% recycled materials. The vitamins are vegan-friendly, sugar-free, non-GMO, gluten-free, and allergen-free. It's only $1 a day to have 9 high-quality ingredients delivered straight to your door each month. Better health does not happen overnight. And right now, Ritual is offering you a 10% off your first 3 months. Fill in the gaps with your diet with Essential for Women. You can use my code link below to receive 10% off during your first 3 months. Thank you so much, Ritual, for sponsoring this feminine session for all of these beautiful women. I titled this series Finer Wives because I believe that we as women are striving to be better people every single day. So many of us truly want to be feminine, and we want to bring femininity into all aspects of our lives, including marriage. But maybe we haven't been taught. We haven't had the models and the guidance, and so we are lacking in this area. This culture pushes against women truly being feminine in their marriage, which causes so much strife. When we look at the data for how many people actually stay married, we're only hitting around 50%. And we know that those 50% are not even fully 50%, because many of those people are not happy in their marriage. This series is to help you as a woman to learn how to be a finer wife. Finer for yourself, finer for your husband, finer for your family, and finer for God, because you are a representation of God. You were made in his image, and you were made as a wife to bring love and joy and beauty and help to your husband. So this series is going to be great for any of you ladies who are married, who are wanting to be married, and who are in marriages where they're truly suffering. Honestly, it does not matter how long you've been married. So many ladies have been married for 20 plus years and still do not know how to be feminine. They still are not getting along with their husbands. So the amount of time a person is married is not an indicator as to whether or not there's true love and value in that marriage. So many of the ladies that I've spoken to who have wonderful marriages, who are literally in love every single day with their husbands, and their husbands cherish them. Their husbands want to be around them. Their husbands spoil them with gifts and with love and attention and companionship, who bring joy to their children and uplift their family. When I've spoken to these ladies, they tell me that they learned this from someone. This wasn't something that they naturally were able to just figure out. And that's why it's so important for me to be here to help you ladies, because so many of us aspire to have these beautiful weddings and have these beautiful relationships. But then once we get married, we have no idea how to be a wife. We watch television shows to try to teach us. We listen to celebrities and people on social media and Twitter quotes to figure out what to do. And we are truly lost. To walk down the aisle with joy and hope in your heart, only to be divorced after a couple of years. It is so painful, and that is not God's design for your life. In watching this series, I need you to understand that these things that I'm going to be talking about are countercultural. Our culture does not empower women to be feminine. Our culture does not encourage women to be under the umbrella of their husband's protection and love. And our culture does not honor God's natural design for marriage. So when taking these things in, you're gonna realize that you're gonna have a cultural clash. Something in you may just not want to do these things. And that's something you're gonna have to deal with God. Your mind is going to have to change, which means you're gonna have to repent. You're going to have to change your thinking and realize that the way you've been thinking is wrong. It is incorrect. And trust me when I tell you, it isn't easy. I had to deal with it. God had to deal with me in order for me to change my thinking and to adopt the natural design and the way He intended it to be, so that my life and my marriage can be blessed. And I want the same for you. So with that being said, just take all of that in, and it may take time. It may not happen right away, but eventually we will get there. Go ahead and trust me, my love. It's gonna be okay. Let's talk about this. The first way to bring femininity into your marriage, my love, is by the way you look, by your physical appearance. And I'm starting small so we can kind of build up. I've done tons of videos. I have an entire playlist on how to be feminine in terms of your outer appearance. Femininity is not necessarily about the way you look. Most of it is about the way you act. Feminine women in marriages are feminine because of their behavior. However, part of that behavior is having respect for the way that they look, the way that they present and appear around their husband. We know that men are visual by nature. They are moved very easily by what they see. So in order to be a finer wife, we have to start paying more attention to the way that we present in and outside of the home. Your husband wants to look at you and feel proud and feel good that he married a beautiful woman, not a woman who decided to just throw away everything about herself once she got married, once she felt comfortable. And we'll talk about this more, some women are bitter or angry because their husbands aren't showing them attention anymore, aren't wanting to be home anymore, aren't showing them love, giving them compliments. So they choose to look a certain way out of retaliation or just feeling like it doesn't matter anymore. These things are real. So you're going to have to take a very hard look at yourself and be honest as to why you are not keeping up with the way you look. It doesn't mean that you need to walk around looking like you're going into a beauty pageant. What it means is that your clothes are clean, that they smell fresh and you smell good, that you are wearing colors every once in a while at least that are feminine. Okay, this is about femininity. So you are wearing dresses and skirts. You're not always wearing jeans, pants, and baggy clothes. You are showing him your body. He's your husband. Your body is his. So you're loving that and you're giving it all to him whenever you can. So if you have children and maybe you can't walk around in lingerie, you can wear lingerie when you're going to bed. This is something I already wanted you to adopt before you even get married. That's why we have so many videos about this stuff, just in terms of bringing it into your own lifestyle. If you're used to looking nice, if you're used to wearing lingerie just because you want to, it's not going to be a big jump. But men do care about that. They really do take it to heart and feel like maybe there's something wrong with them, and that's why you no longer want to look beautiful. It's okay to have days where that's not possible. Things are just too busy, but that shouldn't be the default. Keep this in mind that with every single person, we keep a mental snapshot of them in our mind. If I just asked you about one of your friends right now and I said, "How is Elizabeth doing?" In your mind, you would pull up an image of Elizabeth, a typical image of her, of what she looks like on a regular day, what you're used to her presenting like, acting like, and being like. And that could be her looking fabulous and beautiful and bright and happy, or it could be her looking miserable and angry and dressing with baggy clothes and dark colors. But whatever she typically looks like and how she typically behaves is the mental snapshot you're gonna pull up. Your husband has that snapshot of you in his head. Now, maybe he has an old snapshot of when you first started dating, and that's when he pulls up, when he's at work and he's thinking about you. But more than likely, it's gonna be what he's typically used to you looking like. That's what's gonna come up in his mind. And that's how he's gonna perceive you. If you want to start getting your husband's attention, start looking nice, start dressing up. It doesn't matter if you're not going anywhere. This is your life. You don't wear clothes just because you're going somewhere. You wear it because you want to. You wear the clothes because they're yours. You wear them to impress people, but that person should be your husband first, and then other people if you want to. But he should be your main priority in terms of being attracted to you. So take a look at your closet and start looking at certain items that you don't wear because maybe they're not flattering, he doesn't compliment you on, because remember, he has things he likes too. Just because you dress a certain way and you think it's cute because it's your style doesn't mean it's what he is naturally attracted to. Find out what he is attracted to and wear clothes that he likes, even if it's only at home. A lot of things that you would wear at home, you wouldn't wear out because it's inappropriate. But if he likes it, wear it at home for him. It doesn't have to be super high quality. It can be a cheap fashion brand, but if they have tight, sexy clothing that he likes to see, then buy it and wear it at home. But you are making these accommodations because you care for him. You care about what he thinks. And then in turn, you are gonna start receiving much more attention from him, more compliments, more love, and just him genuinely thinking that you now care more about the marriage. In order to be a finer wife, you care about your hair, you care about your clothes, you care about the way you smell, and all of these things are important because let's say he comes home and he brings someone home with him unexpectedly, like a coworker or a friend. He expects you to look presentable. He doesn't want to be embarrassed by bringing someone home and you look like you just rolled out of bed. That's not okay, especially if you are a homemaker or if you work from home and you're home all day. When he comes home, that is his sanctuary. This is his kingdom. You are his queen, and he wants to be reminded of that every single day. Now, you may think, oh, this is impossible, it's too much. A lot of what I'm saying, honey, you're gonna have to work at. It's something you're gonna be working with your king, with God. God is the ultimate king, the one in heaven, and your husband is your earthly king, the one here. You're gonna be working with the king in heaven to help you to work with your king here, because you are his helpmate. You are here to be able to make his life better and more beautiful. So you're not just looking good, but you have a great attitude, which is part of your look, which is part of that mental snapshot. You have a positive glow and a youthful spirit. That is how you become a finer wife. You care about the way you present to him. And it's to him and it's to the world, not in just looking beautiful, but in having a beautiful attitude where you're positive, you're happy, you have that youthful sparkle in your eyes because you truly are full of joy. And I have so many videos talking about how to get that natural joy inside of you, because joy is not something you can fake, honey. It has to be real inside of you. It cannot be performative. It is something that God puts inside of you when you are walking in his spirit, when you care about your position in life. He will bless you with that inner joy, give you extra energy to be able to wake up earlier than him and do your makeup and do your hair, so by the time he wakes up, you look presentable, or by the time he gets back home, you look presentable. He will give you everything you need once you change your thinking and you decide, this is what I'm gonna do, because this is what honors you. This is what you've asked of me, and he will always be there to change you. Second way to be a finer wife and to bring femininity into your marriage is to ask yourself this question: are you his ego booster or his ego buster? As a finer wife, one of your main priorities is making sure that your husband is his best self, by you empowering him with your words, by you encouraging him, by you bringing positivity and peace into his life. It is not your job to change him. It is not your job to control him. Your job is to empower him and to encourage him and to be a good role model in terms of the way you live your life, the things that you do, and influence him to be a better man. Femininity is all about how you influence. And that's something we're gonna have to talk more and more about as we get through the series, because what a lot of us women struggle with is control issues. And I will have a video specifically on that. That is why so many of us are miserable in our marriages, because we want our husbands to be a certain kind of way, and we think we are responsible for him being that way. I know that you love and you care for your husband so much, and I know that you want everything to be the best it can be for your household. But you have to remember that you are not his mother, and you are not God. Even God allows a person to have free will. So you as a wife should be an ego booster and not an ego buster. If you think that by giving your husband compliments, by encouraging him, by helping him to just feel happy when he makes an accomplishment, that you are giving him a big head, or he doesn't deserve it, or you don't want him to know how highly you think of him, you are trying to control certain aspects of him, not realizing that people on the street give him compliments, people at his job give him compliments, his family members give him compliments. He's getting it everywhere but from you, the most important person in his life. And that hurts. That hurts. It's not right, and it's not your role. As his wife, you are his ego booster. You are his cheerleader. If he comes home defeated because something happened on the job, or he had a conflict with a family member, your role is to be there and to listen to him and to encourage him, not in an advice way, but in a way where you're just telling him how wonderful you see him, how great he is, how powerful and strong and intelligent he is, giving him the tools that he needs mentally to pick himself back up. You are not responsible for picking him up, but you're planting seeds of positivity into his mind. And he'll look to you to confide in you more, to bring you more into his life, when he knows that he can trust that you are going to be an ego booster and not an ego buster. You're not going to tell him that his plans are stupid. You're not going to tell him that we can't do this. You're going to listen and encourage him to seek out his dreams. Encourage him to do the right thing because you believe he is a good man. You're going to say things in a way that are kind and loving. You are his number one cheerleader. Don't allow other women to be that for him, because as a man, he is hardwired to want that. And I don't want any of you ladies being locked out of your marriage, out of your husband's shell of love, because you've put him down so many times. Now, this is especially important, my dear, if you're married to a man who's in the public eye, whether he's an athlete, a professional artist, a politician, someone who other people are constantly scrutinizing. Maybe he can turn the TV on and people are saying bad things about him. Maybe they're writing about him on the blogs. He's going to have days where he just feels defeated. The whole world is against him. And you are the one person that needs to be able to be there for him. You're not the person that says, well, I told you not to do that. Or I knew that person was going to do that and you didn't listen to me. You're not that person. You are his wife. And as a finer wife, you are his partner. When you became married, two became one. You are one. As a finer wife, I encourage you to find things about your husband to appreciate. Things that highlight his manhood. Compliments that show him that he is that protector. He is that provider. He is the person that gives you what you need. He is wonderful and intelligent and strong. All the things that he cares about, the things that define his masculinity, the things that are going to make him understand and know that he is a man for you. That's going to be important. And if you think, well, I can't think of anything, find something, because there's good in every single person. Depending on where your marriage is right now, you may have so much pain inside of you that you can't even get there. You can't even think of one great thing about him because so much has happened. And that's why, my love, you need to go to God. He is the only one that can restore and renew your heart and renew your marriage. Keep in mind that when it comes to marriage, it is powerful, and the enemy will always try and separate you from your husband by putting negative thoughts into your mind, which is why you have to take every thought into captivity, by giving you imaginations about things that are going on that you need to cast down, and by just trying to rock your marriage, by bringing in influences from the outside. So you have to stay on guard and be diligent about deciding that you want your marriage to work. And God will be at the center of that for you. Your marriage may be the very thing that draws you back into God's arms every single day, because you can't do it by yourself. In your marriage, you are fighting up against the enemy. And the enemy hates marriage because he knows how powerful it is when you are one with your husband, and how much you can do for this world, for God, and for your life when you are on one accord. Remember that Satan did not tempt Adam until he was married to Eve. He could have come up to Adam and allowed Adam to sin way before Eve came around, but he waited until he was married because he knew the threat of what a married union could bring. As a married couple, you have a kingdom assignment. You have an assignment that God wants you to do as a couple. And you will never know that if you are opposed to your husband, and if you are opposed to what God has asked you to do as his queen, as his woman, as God's daughter. So my love, all of this is going to be a journey, but you are going to get there. You will be a finer wife. And as a woman, as a beautiful child of God, you deserve to have a husband who treats you right, a husband who is in love with you, a husband who cherishes you, and a marriage that brings fulfillment and joy into your life. You deserve that. You are worthy of that. And the only way to do this, my love, the only way to have a fighting chance is to change your thinking, to seek out God, and decide that you are going to be a finer wife. Jesus said to seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of these things shall be added on to you. And I pray that that is true for you, my love. You will be a finer wife. I thank you ladies so much for being here. I thank you for watching this video, being a part of my YouTube family. For those of you who have changed so much since the beginning of my videos, who have learned to embrace their femininity, who have decided to take hold of their lives, take hold of their purpose, take hold of their relationships and the relationship with God, I am so proud of you. And I cannot wait for you to one day wake up and believe and know that you are transformed, that you are the woman that God created you to be. And I want you to also be the wife that God created you to be. I love you all so much. Thank you for all of your sweet words and your comments. I am so thankful that this content is changing your life, changing your marriages, and just helping you to be a well-rounded, beautiful, feminine woman who knows who you are. For more feminine inspiration, follow me on Instagram at A Feminine Impression, and you can also follow my personal Instagram, Dr. Michelle Daff. Also, be sure to listen to my podcast, A Feminine Impression, for more content on femininity. I will always create a follow-up podcast to every single session we have on YouTube, so that you can listen to the content with new material, with new insight on my podcast. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you need. Let me know what topics you want me to cover, and also let me know what you do to help yourself to be encouraged to be a finer wife, to dress up for yourself and for your husband, to be an ego booster versus an ego buster. If you've changed your ways, if you've had revelation and renewal, let us know. Encourage us in the comments below, and we will be so grateful. I love you ladies so much, and I will see you in the next episode of Finer Wives. Until next time, my loves, may the Lord bless you and keep you. Mwah.